Here, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? And we are back with some more Dokkan battle. And I know I'm getting to these showcases kind of late. Unfortunately, over the past few weeks, I was really sick, and then I was also having some technical issues as well, so I wasn't able to sit down and record. So now we got everything figured out, and I am feeling a lot better. So we will go ahead and knock out these showcases, and I also have events I need to catch up on as well. So we are playing the catch-up game, but we will in this video be taking a look here at Ultimate Gohan and Gamma 1, and then we'll probably also take a look here at Gamma 2 and Orange Piccolo. I think I might just do it in one video since we are playing the catch-up game. So y'all know how I like to rock with the showcase videos, probably break down the characters kit, and then we'll hop into an event and see what they're looking like.
It's about damn time.
So starting off with Ultimate Gohan Gamma 1, take a look here at their leader skills, movie heroes, hybrid Saiyans, or mission execution. 3 key, 200% to HP, 170% to attack and defense. They then give 50% to all stats for characters who belong to superheroes, bond of parent and child, or the android category. Then if we take a look here at Ultimate Gohan super attack effect, the explosive demon flash, he does stack defense and then he greatly raises attack for 1 turn and cause ultimate damage to the enemy. And then if we slide on over here to his passive, so his basic effect, he gets 2 key, 250% to attack and defense, he gets guard, 10% damage reduction. Then for his 5 turns from his entry turn, he gets an additional super attack and then 58% damage reduction. Then starting from the 6th turn from his entry turn, he gets a 58% chance to dodge. When there's another superhero category ally attacking in the same turn, he gets 250% to attack and defense, another additional super attack, and then he gets a 58% chance to crit. When receiving an attack, he gets a permanent 300% to attack, and he only needs to get hit 1 time to get that permanent buff. When receiving a super attack, he gets 58% to defense, 10% damage reduction, and then superhero category allies get 1 key, 10% to attack and defense for 2 turns. Then when he's receiving an unarmed super attack, so a melee super attack, the little fist symbol, he gets 158% to defense, 20% damage reduction, and then superhero category allies get 1 key, 20% to attack and defense for 2 turns, and then obviously starting from the 4th turn we get to meet up with Gotma 1. One thing I do want to point out about this Gohan is these 2 abilities right here, they do stack. So if Gohan's going to be receiving an unarmed super attack or a melee super attack, he will get the full buff of these 2 effects, right? So if we do the math, that's 216% to defense, he'll get 30% damage reduction, and then he'll be giving superhero category allies 2 key, 30% to attack and defense for 2 turns. That is a really strong ability. Not to mention, if he's going to be receiving that unarmed super attack within his first 5 turns, check this out. He's going to have a 98% damage reduction with guard. The chances of him taking damage from an unarmed super attack is 0. He should be tanking that for double digits. And he's giving support. That's insane. So that's one thing I do love about this Ultimate Gohan. The next thing that I love is his active skill. So if we take a look here at the Senzu Bean, it can be activated when HP is 58% or less, or starting from the 3rd turn from this character's entry turn. So the active skill effect here recovers 58% HP, remove all allies' negative effects. So if you're taking on Tamagiri number 1, or if you're taking on the Rose Zamasu fight, I know in Tamagiri number 1 fight, he can seal one of your enemies from super attacking. If Gohan uses his Senzu, he can remove that seal effect. And then the same thing with the Rose Zamasu fight. Zamasu does lock one of your characters, Gohan pops the Senzu, and we can remove that locking from that ability. So that's really good. And then lastly here, he does get 12 key and a whopping massive 158% to attack as well. That is going to be a huge attack buff for this character, right? So going over Gohan's link set here, he has All in the Family, Saiyan Warrior Race, the Saiyan Lineage, Infighter, Shocking Speed, Code Judgment, and Fierce Battle. I do love that he has All in the Family and Code Judgment, 2 very powerful defensive links. So that's Ultimate Gohan. Now if we tag over here to Gamma 1, so let's take a look here at Gamma 1 Super Attack, the Gamma Blaster. Super attack effect, he greatly raises attack and defense for 1 turn, causing immense damage to the enemy. Then if we slide on over here to his passive, so his basic effect, obviously he can tag over with Ultimate Gohan. Then Gamma 1 gets 2 ki, 250% to attack and defense, guard, 20% damage reduction. Then when there's another superhero category ally attacking in the same turn, he gets 250% to attack and defense, launches an additional super attack, and then he has a 70% chance to crit. Then when he's attacking with 12 or more ki, he gets 300% to attack with a ki sphere obtained. One time only, he gets a permanent 150% to attack, and then he's also giving Defenders of Justice category allies 100% to attack as well. Granted, that's only one time. After that, you cannot get that ability active again. Then when he's receiving a super attack, he gets 50% defense, 20% damage reduction, and then superhero category allies get 1 ki, 10% to attack and defense for 2 turns. And then when he's receiving a ki blast super, he gets 100% defense, 30% damage reduction, and then superhero category allies get 1 ki, 20% to attack and defense for 2 turns. Just like Gohan, these two abilities do stack. So if Gamma 1 is going to get hit with a ki blast super, he's going to get the 150% to defense, 50% damage reduction, and then he's also going to provide the superhero category allies 2 ki, 30% to attack and defense for 2 turns. Then if we take a look here at Gamma 1's active skill, the heroic combo, can be activated upon entering the attacking turn. So as soon as Gamma 1 shows up, you do have access to his active skill. Massively raise attack temporarily, cause ultimate damage to the enemy, and then superhero category allies get 10% to attack and defense, and android category allies get 10% to attack and defense for 3 turns. Now, one thing I will say about Gamma 1, if we take a look at some of the other tag characters that we got in 2025, the two that I want to talk about specifically is the LR Caulifla and Kale, and then the LR Gohan, Trunks, and Goten. Specifically with those characters, the LR's Caulifla, Jesus, what? Specifically with those characters, the LR Caulifla with her active skill was providing Universe 6 category characters 16% to attack and defense. And then if we take a look at the Trunks and Goten part, their active skill was giving youth category characters 20% to attack and defense for the rest of the fight. So those are permanent buffs that they give. I think Gamma 1 should have had something similar to that, where he's given a permanent, either they can keep it at 10%, if they want to buff it up to like 15%, where he's given a permanent buff to superhero and android category characters. I think that would have been a lot better than 3 turns. Granted, 3 turns is still a powerful support effect, right? And if we take a look here at the link set, some links do change with the Gamma 1. So now we have Android Assault, Red Ribbon Army, Hero of Justice, Signature Pose. He does keep Shocking Speed, Cold Judgment, and Fierce Battle. Keeping Cold Judgment is really good because that will also allow him to link up with some of the Ultimate Gohan characters and some of the Piccolo characters as well. So now, we're not done. Boring. We have another character to break down. I know it's a lot of reading. Hopefully y'all are still here. Please stay before, I know we're going to get to the showcase. I know we're going to get to the showcase, right? But this is the last character we'll break down and then we'll hop in. So taking a look here at Gamma 2 and Piccolo. So their leader skill is Superhero, Special Pose, or Battle of Wits, 3 ki, 200% to HP, 170% to attack and defense. They then give 50% to all stats for characters who also belong to Movie Heroes, Accelerated Battles, or Bond of Master and Disciple. So then if we take a look here at Gamma 2's super attack, the Gamma Blaster. His super attack effect, he stacks attack and then he greatly raises defense for 1 turn, cause immense damage to the enemy. So just opposite of what Gohan does. You know, Gohan stacking defense, Gamma 2 is going to be stacking his attack. Then if we look here at Gamma 2's passive, basic effect, he gets 2 ki, 250% to attack and defense, launches an additional attack that has a 70% chance of becoming a super. He has a 70% chance to crit, he has a 70% chance to dodge. For 5 turns from his entry turn, he launches an additional attack that has a 70% chance of becoming a super. Then for every attack performed, he gets 50% to attack and defense up to 250%, and then he gets a chance to crit and chance to dodge plus 3% up to 15%. So he just needs to do a total of 5 attacks, and then he can fully build up that part of his passive. Then as the second or third attacker in the turn, he gets 250% to attack and defense. Then he gets 20% damage reduction, and then he gives superhero category allies 20% to attack and defense, and artificial life form category allies get 20% to attack and defense for 2 turns. When attacking as the third attacker in the turn, Gamma 2 launches an additional attack that has a 70% chance of becoming a super. Then obviously starting from the 4th turn, meets up with Power Awakened Piccolo. So if we take a look here at Gamma 2's active skill, the superhero pose, can be activated starting from the 3rd turn. From the start of battle, he gets a permanent 30% to attack and defense for the rest of the fight. And then if we take a look here at his link set, so his link set is the Innocence, Android Assault, Red Ribbon Army, Hero of Justice, Signature Pose, Shocking Speed, and Fierce Battle. Now we could talk about our buddy Power Awakened Piccolo here. So taking a look here at Piccolo super attack, the Demon Light Cannon Barrage. Greatly raise attack and defense for 1 turn, cause immense damage to the enemy, just like Gamma 1. Then if we look at his passive, obviously he can perform the tag mechanic with Gamma 2. Then he gets 2 key, 250% to attack and defense, launches an additional attack that has a 70% chance of becoming a super, he gets 50% damage reduction. Then when attacking with 12 or more key, he gets 150% to attack. When the target enemies in the following status, when HP 70% or low, he gets 50% chance to crit and a guaranteed additional super. Then when the target enemies in the following status, when HP is 50% or less, he gets another 50% chance to crit, and he launches another additional super attack. Then with a key sphere obtained, he gets guard just for that turn. Then as the first or second attacker in the turn, he gets 200% to defense, 20% damage reduction. Then he gives superhero category allies 20% to attack and defense, and demonic power category allies get 20% to attack and defense for 2 turns. Then when attacking as the second attacker in the turn, he gets 250% to attack. Then when he's receiving an attack, he gets 150% to defense, and superhero category allies get 2 key for 2 turns. Then if we take a look here at Piccolo's active skill, the Intense Soul Impact can be activated upon entering the attacking turn, just like Gamma 1. As soon as Piccolo shows up, you have access to the active skill. Massively raise attack temporarily, cause ultimate damage to the enemy, and then superhero category allies get 40% to attack and defense for 1 turn. A really powerful support active skill effect there. So that's good. So those are the characters. I know we are approaching 13 minutes and we haven't even got to the showcase yet. So thank you guys for bearing with me. Now we're going to hop into the Caulifla and Kale Red Zone fight. I feel like that's a good fight to showcase what these characters can do. And then obviously, once we get that done, we'll start taking them into like other difficult fights. I've been hearing through the grapevine that, you know, some of these the artificial Red Zone fights have been looking pretty tough, is what I've been hearing. So I am kind of looking forward to seeing what those fights look like. So let's go ahead and hop on in and see what this character can do. Oh, give me 1 second. I do want to swap out a character here. Glorio. Alright, so starting off, it does look like we have Gamma 2 and Piccolo here. And then, you know what? These are solid rotations. I think the next rotation is really good. I'm just going to leave Ultimate Gohan and Gamma 2, just have them together. So that's what I'm going to do. Obviously, starting off, I'm just going to leave a rotation like this. The gods in slot 1, we know that they're very powerful defensively their first turn, so they should be good. Obviously, we want Glorio in slot 3 to get that support flowing, so yeah, why not? So there's that. We'll give this to Gamma 2. And then Glorio's gonna give us that massive support buff as well. So let's see what Gamma 2 looks like on this turn. Obviously, we know how the gods like to get down. They're going to do about 6,000 attacks as well, right? We're going to sit here and see them attack over and over and over and over again, right? So I hope y'all are comfortable, buckled in, got some snacks, got some water, because this is like a movie. We're going to be here for about an hour and a half, bro, looking at the gods super attack. See, look, they still going. They're still going. Now, am I upset? Not really, because they do greatly stack attack and defense on both 18 and 12 key super. So the more stacks, the merrier, right? But I am interested to see what Gamma 2 and Piccolo look like, because I feel like Gamma 2 really didn't have a lot of defensive mechanics in his passive outside of his dodge and his damage reduction. So he starts off at 5 million. That is, in the big 2026, that's low. Granted, he does need to do his 5 attacks to get built up. I think he can only do 4 attacks outside of slot 3. If we put him in slot 3, he would have got that 5th attack to get fully built up. He did give us the 4, so now he's at 15. Still low, relatively low for my standards. I would like to see modern TURs at least 20 and above for me to go, now we're talking, right? I know Glorio starts off kind of slow as well, but within a given turn, Glorio can build up very fast, right? And like I said, Glorio released in this time slot, right, in 2024. So having these two together is a good comparison. Granted, my Glorio is rainbowed and my Gamma 2 and Piccolo is only at 69%. But I will expect a lot better showing once we show back up on turn 3 with them. I think it's gonna look a lot better. Yeah, as you can see, like, look at Glorio go. He's almost up to 30 million. And Glorio's another one of these characters that does a bunch of attacks his first turn. Okay. And then, honestly, the same thing with this one. I'm just going to leave the rotation like this. This would be good because Gohan does need to get hit to get that permanent 300% to attack. And then, obviously, keep Gamma 2, Piccolo here in slot 2. And then we'll just have UI Goku float him off. Oh my, I really, yeah, that's what we're going to do. I was worried about floating UI Goku off because I don't want to have, you know, a rotation of Blue Goku, UI Goku. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. So let's do this. And then we'll give these AGL orbs to UI Goku. So Gohan's going to get hit and he's going to get that massive attack buff. There's that. And now 28 million. See, now that's respectable, right? 79%. We're approaching 30. He's going to do, what, 2 of these, right? He has 2 more. So this is really good. And he has that 58% chance to crit. I didn't even talk about his build. I feel like a nice build for Gohan and Gamma 1, I would just solely focus on their defensive stats. So, like, giving them raw defense, and then maybe focus on like dodge and additional is what I went with. And then for Gamma 2 and Piccolo, a build that I'm going to rock with is mainly additional dodge, for the simple fact that, like, that's Gamma 2's like main defensive ability, right? Is his dodging. If he doesn't dodge, I feel like he's going to get caught and he's going to die. So that's why those are the builds that I'm going to go with for these two characters here. And we should be able to finish off Caulifla and Kale this turn. Granted, UI Goku doesn't have 24 keys, so he's not going to be giving us guaranteed crits, but he still can crit. And he does, and he finishes them off. Okay, nice KO screen. All right, so now we'll enter the next phase versus Super Saiyan Caulifla and Kale here. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is that I'm planning on floating Gamma 2 and Piccolo off because I do want to set up a turn where we can have my Ultimate Gohan Gamma 1 and then the friend Gamma 2 Orange Piccolo and my Gamma 2 and Orange Piccolo, I should say, all on one rotation where we can pop all of their active skills and see what their damage is going to look like. Because if we use Gohan Sensu, then if we use my Gamma 2 and Piccolo's, you know, Gamma 2's active skill, and then if we use the friend Piccolo's active skill, that'll be a bunch of support, and see what Gamma 1 is looking like. His damage is going to be crazy. But I do want to set that up So we're just gonna leave the rotations like this. Blue Goku slot 1, we'll have the gods in slot 2, and then we'll float off my Gamma 2 and Piccolo here. So let's do that. Give that to the gods, and then we'll give that to Gamma 2 and Piccolo here. So let's see what Gamma 2 and Piccolo are gonna look like now. We got them in slot 3. Here's a super attack. We dodge it. Y'all know the rules. Flex. I know the face cam's not on, you know, still recovering from the sickness, but I just know I gave y'all a flex. Did you flex though? I'm talking to you. Yes, you, little Timmy. Yes. Did you flex? Gotta get your flex in, man. You gotta flex. But I am curious to see what Gamma 2 and Piccolo gonna look like here, because they just need to do one more tag to get fully built up. And then obviously when we went over their passive, in slot 3, they do get that guaranteed attack that has a 70% chance of popping as a super. So let's see here. And then obviously get more stacks here for the gods. They're gonna sit here, look good, look pretty. Yes, we get it. We get it. Now this phase of this fight, I want to say they're super attack, if I'm not mistaken. Hold on, I'm looking it up here. So phase 2, yeah, they do a melee super attack. Okay, 23. That's respectable. That's what I like to see, right? And obviously he has a 70% chance to crit. He could pop off and do 5 of these. They could be all 5 super attacks. We could finish this phase right here. Do I want that to happen? No, I don't. But we could. And he's going crazy, Gamma 2. Chill. Gamma 2, chill. Jesus. Okay, so here's the exchange animations for Ultimate Gohan Gotma 1. And then we'll have Gotma 2 in Power Awaken Piccolo. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Okay, so back to what I was saying. So this phase of the fight, their super attack is a melee super attack. So we could put Gohan in slot 1. And they are scripted to super in slot 1 because they sealed on their super attack. So we can put Gohan in slot 1 and he's going to eat it like a champ. He's going to take it on the chin. It's still standing, right? But he will get sealed, so he won't be able to super attack. So he won't be able to stack his defense. But we will put him in slot 1 just so we can, so I can show you guys that and watch Gohan just take no damage from the super attack. Remember, they do crit on their super attack as well. And we give that to Glorio, get that support flowing up again for us. So there's the crit, here's the super attack. This is going to be double digits, but we will get the support flowing. Granted, Gohan's not going to be able to super attack, which is unfortunate. All right, so what is the friend Gamma 2 and Piccolo going to get? 30 million. This is the rainbow friend. 30 million's insane. That's good. Oh yeah, we could kill him this phase. Go ahead and take him out. Low key, I don't know if I want to kill this phase. We will. I say that if Glorio, well, he needs the super to build up his dodge change, right? Because Glorio gets 50%, and then he gets an additional 10% for every super attack he does, up to 30. So he needs to do 3 supers, and he didn't do that. We have a 70. Okay, so he still dodged. Here's the Blues exchange animation. This is one of the worst exchange animations in the game because they don't do anything. They just fly in and that's it. Like if they would have transformed into Blue right there, I think it would have been a lot better. But no, they were just yapping and flying in, right? Trash. Okay, so this is good. This is good. We'll keep the gods because what we're going to do, we're going to kill right here, right? We're going to use Blue Goku. Or should we save Blue Goku's active skill? We could save it. Wait for the next phase. Oh, oh yes, I have the dream. I have the dream rotation. Oh, we're finna go crazy. Oh yes, yes. Let's save it. Let's save it. We don't need to use it right here. Blue Goku should be serviceable. We'll do that. Oh my gosh, dude. Next turn, I can set it up. I can set it up next turn. All right, Blue Goku, go ahead and wrap this up. Dodge. Yes, sir. Y'all know the rules. Flex. Flex with me. All right, go ahead and finish it off, Goku. With the Kamehameha. All right, now it's time to have some fun. Am I right? So let's do this. All right, so what we're gonna do, first things first, we're going to use my Gamma 2's active skill, right? That's gonna give us the permanent 30% to attack defense. And then we will, let me tag over. No, let's keep Gohan. Let's tag over to Orange Piccolo. Let's attack Kale. So in this fight, you truly want to like focus in on Kale because she's the crit super boss that hits really hard, right? So you do want to focus in on Kale. So we're going to use Piccolo's active skill here. No, active skill. What am I doing? I'm tripping. Let's do this. So this is going to give this entire turn a massive, whopping 40% to attack and defense for one turn, right? And we got some solid damage as well. So we'll put Piccolo, let's put Piccolo in slot 1. Because, and let's pop the Senzu Bean here. But we're not going to stay as, we're going to swap over to Gamma 1. So now we got 7 out of 7 links active. Gamma 1's getting that massive 158% to attack. We have a bunch of support. We have Glorio support up. Yo, I am very curious to see what Gamma 1's damage is going to look like this turn. Piccolo should be fine in slot 1. Remember, he gets guaranteed guard with a key sphere obtained, and then he'll have 70% damage reduction plus the support that we have up for him, because he is getting that support as well. So let's do this. Gamma 1 could finish Kale off by himself. He could. Let's see. Let's see this damage. All right, Piccolo, what do you give us this turn, Piccolo? So Piccolo's at 58. Almost rounded up to 60, but 58. Granted, he does do a bunch of attacks if the enemy's HP is lower. If he starts popping these crits, we might can get there. 66. Damn, that's good. That's good. Okay, no, we didn't do enough damage. All right, what does Gamma want? 47.
I ain't never ever seen you act like this before.
Oh my gosh, dude, the damage is crazy. Look, Kale, my darling, where did your health go? She's gone. Gamma 1 is insane. Now this is a Ki Blast Super. Caulifla is going to activate Gamma 1 support for Gamma 2 here. Gamma 2's at 84. Oh my, the damage. The damage. Remember, he can do 5 of these. We can honestly finish this phase off right here. 90. He's about to touch 100 million. If he gives him one more super. Oh, Gamma 2. You dropped the ball, son. I mean, while we're here, let's go ahead and play this. I might cut the anime. Glorio. I meant to cut the animations off, but we can watch Glorio hit him with the Palpatine lightning attack. We can watch this, right? All right, now let's cut off these. Transform the gods. I mean, while we're at it, let's use Blue Vegito. That should give us access to the God active skill. Look at that. Well, why don't you look at that? Let me go ahead and pop Gogeta. And then let's do this. There's that. There's that. And then this is the end of the fight, y'all. I mean, like, this is it. Usually I like to do 2 fights when it comes to the showcases, but since this is a since I'm doing both characters in one video, I like doing separate. And like I said, I'm still under the weather a little bit. I'm only gonna keep it at 1 fight. I know I like to do 2. I like to do like a little long fight and then maybe a short GDC fight, but unfortunately, you know, I'm still recovering. Let's just say that. So we're just gonna keep it at 1 fight for now, and then once Blue Goku finish off Caulifla here, we'll pop up at the character recap, and then we'll end the video off there, guys. So there's that, and then like I said, I'll see y'all at the character recap. All right, so here we are at the end of the video, the character recap section is what I like to call it here. Starting off with Ultimate Gohan and Gamma 1. I do believe that this is the best TUR in the game, for the simple fact of just Ultimate Gohan being a beast, right? We saw him take double-digit damage. Honestly, if he's getting hit with a melee super, there's nothing in this game that can damage him. And then he's going to give massive support as well. And not to mention his active skill, I think is one of, if not the strongest active skill in the game, providing a massive heal, removing negative effects, and then you're giving yourself a massive attack buff. Like, so let's say you hop into a turn and then like one of your characters get caught. They get caught, unfortunately. You're sitting on low HP, but Ultimate Gohan is like, hey, don't worry, gang, I got you. Pop the Senzu, and then you recover 58% HP, right? We know that he's not going to take much damage, even if he's not receiving a melee super attack, right? He's just receiving a super attack in general. He's still going to have 78% damage reduction with guard. What? So yeah, even if it's not a melee super, because I know I've been harping on him receiving melee supers, even if it's just like a Ki Blast super or an undefined super attack, right? He's still going to tank that fairly well. And then if we talk about Gamma 1, Gamma 1 really didn't get a chance. He did showcase some stuff, right? We got to saw his massive damage, and then honestly, crazy enough, when Caulifla decided to super attack him, that's a Ki Blast super, so we was able to get this part of his passive up. So I think that's why Gamma 2, we saw him hit those crazy numbers, because we was able to get this up for him when he attacked. So it's crazy. This card is really good, right? Gamma 1 I think is going to work really well, especially with the Easy A Gammas. So I'm really looking forward to getting to their showcases. And then lastly, we know the big dogs, Ultimate Gohan and Orange Piccolo, Tech Orange Piccolo, right? But then if we want to talk about, I do want to talk about this character. And when it comes to Gamma 2 and Piccolo here, the thing that I'm most worried about is start of turn, early turn Gamma 2. If the boss is going to put a lot of pressure on you turn 1, Gamma 2 could struggle. And that's it is what it is, right? Gamma 2 is, to me, I feel like he's going to be one of these characters that's going to die a lot, but he's also going to help in a lot of victories, right? Like, he's so good that you want to run him. Just know that he is going to die as well, right? So I think that's Gamma 2 in a nutshell, because after his first turn and potentially his second turn, he's going to look low damage, right? He's only until he gets fully built up, I should say. Then he's going to look like a really good character. And then if we talk about Piccolo for his first turn, just like Ultimate Gohan to me, he's not going to take any damage, because he'll have his 70% damage reduction in slot 1 or 2. Because I think, is that how it works? Yes. As the first or second attacker in the turn, he'll get that extra 20% damage reduction paired up with his 50. And then we got to talk about this. where he gets guard for that one turn. So he's a 70% damage reduction character with guard. He's, you know, he's not going to take much damage either. And then honestly, he's given support with this, right? And then his active skill is really good. If you're running like a full superhero team, you're giving that entire rotation a massive 40% to attack and defense as well. So there you guys have it. That is the showcase for Ultimate Gohan Gamma 1 and Gamma 2 and Power Awakened Piccolo. So let me know down below in the comment section, what do you guys think of these two cards? Are y'all kind of happy with them? It does feel like they was not garnering enough attention until like the EZAs drop, and we saw how really strong that the EZAs are. But let me know how y'all feel about the dual Dokkan Fest of these two characters. Just want to say thank y'all for watching the video, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye bye.